When you think about it, almost every amazing meal starts with that incredible smell of garlic hitting a hot pan. It's that one thing that just transforms food from good to, well, unforgettable. It's kind of like magic, isn't it?
But what if I told you that magic doesn't have to come from the grocery store? In this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how to grow your own amazing, super flavorful garlic. And yeah, we're starting with just one single clove and taking you all the way to a full harvest you can be seriously proud of.
So here's the roadmap. First, we'll talk about why homegrown garlic is just on another level. Then we'll dive into the nitty-gritty, picking the right cloves, getting your planting technique just right, and how to take care of them as they grow. And of course, the best part, the harvest. Finally, we'll zoom out and look at what this whole process is really all about.
Just picture it. You need some garlic for dinner, so you just step outside and pull a fresh head right from the soil. The flavor, oh man, the flavor is so much more intense, so much richer than anything you can buy. And today, we're going to show you how to make that happen, whether you've got a huge yard or just a little pot on a balcony.
Okay, first things first, any great success story starts with a great foundation. For us, that means choosing the absolute best garlic cloves to plant. Trust me, what you start with makes a huge difference in what you end up with.
So, where do you even begin? Well, you've got choices. And the first big question you got to ask yourself is, what kind of garlic do I want to grow? Because your answer is going to determine everything: the flavor, the size, and even how well your plants will do.
Let's talk size. It's actually a really simple trade-off. If you're dreaming of those big, chunky garlic bulbs that are perfect for roasting, you need to plant large cloves. Simple as that. But if you're a fan of those curly green garlic scapes, which are amazing by the way, then smaller cloves are actually the way to go.
Next up is color. This is a huge clue about flavor and what climate the garlic likes. See that beautiful purple skin? That usually means it's got a really powerful spicy kick, and it's tough enough to handle cold winters. The classic white-skinned garlic, that's typically milder and much happier in warmer weather. So just look at where you live, and that'll help you decide. Now, no matter what kind you choose, this is your quality checklist. You want cloves that are nice and plump, firm when you squeeze them, and all roughly the same size. About 5 to 7 grams is perfect. Basically, a healthy clove has all the energy it needs to grow into a strong plant. Anything soft, discolored, or moldy, just skip it. It's not going to make it.
Okay, we've got our perfect little cloves picked out. Now for the really fun part, getting them into the soil. Let's talk about how to set them up for total success.
It doesn't matter if you have a massive field or just a small container. What your soil needs is exactly the same. It's got to be loose, it's got to drain well, and it needs to be packed with nutrients. For all you home gardeners, a deep pot with some good potting mix is really all you need. And the secret weapon for everyone? Lots of rich organic fertilizer. That's the stuff that gives your garlic an amazing head start.
And hey, if you really want to create the perfect home for your garlic, here's a foolproof recipe. Just mix 3 parts leaf mold, 2 parts garden soil, and 1 part river sand. That sand is key for drainage. Throw in your fertilizer, mix it all up, and boom, you've just created a 5-star hotel for your garlic cloves.
Now, when should you plant? Well, timing is everything. You basically got 2 windows. You can plant in the fall, right as things are cooling down to about 22 Celsius. That lets the roots get established before winter. Or you can wait and plant in the spring as soon as the ground isn't frozen anymore. Your best friend here is going to be a thermometer.
Okay, and here is probably the most important tip I can give you. It's so simple, but it's crucial. Always, and I mean always, plant your garlic cloves with the pointy end facing up. That's where the little green sprout is going to come from, so you're basically giving it a straight shot to the sun. So our cloves are planted, they're all tucked in. Now our job shifts to being caretakers. We've got to give them the right amount of food and water to help them grow into those big, beautiful bulbs we're dreaming of.
You know, garlic is kind of funny about water. Its needs change as it grows. Right after you plant, you want to keep the soil moist. Then, when you see those green scapes start to shoot up, give it a bit more water. But here it is, the single most important rule. You have to stop watering completely about 1 week before you plan to harvest. This is the secret to getting your garlic to store well for months. It tells the bulb, okay, time to toughen up.
If you're growing a lot of garlic, you can get really specific with feeding. Just think of it like a 3-course meal. In the beginning, they need nitrogen for lots of leafy growth. In the middle, a nice balanced meal for overall health. And for dessert, a potassium-rich fertilizer to really help those bulbs swell up and get big. For the rest of us with our pots and containers, it's way simpler.
A good diluted liquid fertilizer every week or two is totally fine. That's all you need to keep your garlic plants happy.
Oh, and one last thing. Don't forget to weed. Weeds are just little thieves. They sneak in and steal water, nutrients, and sunlight from your garlic. So keeping your pots clean gives your garlic a fighting chance to get big and strong.
All right, this is it. We picked them, we planted them, we cared for them, and now it's time for the payoff. Let's talk about how to harvest all that hard work.
Knowing when to harvest is kind of like an art form, but don't worry, the plant gives you all the clues you need. For the scapes, you're looking for that beautiful little curl at the top of the stalk. Once you harvest those, the countdown begins. About a month later, the plant will tell you the bulb is ready when the bottom leaves start to turn yellow. That's your sign to gently dig those beauties up.
So there you have it, the whole journey from a tiny clove to a full harvest. But as we finish up, it's worth remembering that growing your own food, it's about so much more than just having an ingredient for dinner.
I mean, there's just this incredible feeling of satisfaction that you get from planting something so small and watching it grow into food. It really is a connection to the earth, to the natural world around us. You're actually participating in this amazing cycle of life.
And when you really look at it, growing great garlic is all about paying attention. From picking that perfect clove to mixing the right soil, all the way to knowing the exact moment to harvest. Every single step builds on the one before it.
And that's really what we want to leave you thinking about. How does getting to know the whole life story of just one ingredient, like garlic, change the way you look at all food? It's pretty cool to think about, right? Now get out there and happy growing.